The Type 94, and ladies and gentlemen, last I left off, I got it all assembled except for a couple of tools I left off, and I call it the license plate, and I'm going to leave it off. I assume that was knocked off, in the first 5 minutes it was in operation, so I'm going to leave that. Uh, I usually leave the jacks off on most tanks. I'm not a real big fan. I know they were on there, but if you ever look at pictures, some of them are not always there. And I assume that either got knocked off or relocated in combat. But one thing about the TACM kit is you got to do basically 3 rivets around the back here, and they actually supply it. And you have to look real closely on the E-sprue there, but there's the rivets, and you just shave them off and glue them on the hole there. I thought that was pretty darn slick. But anyway, got it all assembled. Got pretty much, I think, everything sanded that I needed to sand, like the gun and a few other things. Got the etch on, which is, you only get 3 pieces of etch. The grill there and the straps for the jag. But anyway, we'll figure on that. But everything's on. Got the tools on. Now I'm a type of modeler. I like to put everything on and then paint it. Sometimes it's a little hard to do. Sometimes it's just easier. That way you don't screw up any paint job. So I wanted to add a little stowage to it. So we're going to add a couple more stowage. Now it's not going to be a 100% World War II Japanese backpack. Just we want the just a generic stowage and probably a little maybe a tarp on here somewhere. So I started with a bedroll. And that is, if you can see that's just a flat piece of epoxy sculpt, just folded over with Mr. Toothpick there, giving a little detail. And then next, what I'm going to do is put the straps on. Get the straps on, then put a little buckle on there. But after I roll them, what I do is I'll stick it on the tank itself and let basically gravity sink down and get the form of where you want it. And you can use, well, they got safety solvent. You can use that. It does work. Alcohol really works best if you want to sculpt, but if you don't want stickiness and you don't want it to stick to your tank, throw down on your table baby powder, and you'll work out just fine. And don't stick to your fingers and all that. You're good to go. So I'm going to add and I'm just playing around here. I was trying to do like a little, I want to say ammo pouch or something like that. And I'm just playing around with the epoxy scope, and I may add some like right there, roughly. I may change my mind. I haven't decided. I'm probably just going to keep it. I'm going to try to keep it simple. A couple of bedrolls, a few little things, maybe a bucket. And just trying to, just keep it generic. But anyway, that is where I am on the Type 94. So, I started working on the figure. And he goes together really well. Basically, got the arms and the main body together, and all I'm doing now is going in and sanding down the seams on the sides, on his arms and everything. And then once I get that done, I'll finish putting the rest of them on, and then start I'll put at least a coat of primer on him and to make sure I got all those seams. May have to go in with a little bit of tulip and just make sure the seam around if you ever look, there's no, I want to say, gap seam on your shirt. You have to fill that in. Especially like right there, because he may have it just a tad right there. But anyway, that's where I am on the Japanese Tank Commander. Anyway, that's what I got going on today. Oh, and going to start the ceiling tile, but I can't decide what type of like boat, submarine, something like that. But I decided I'm going to build the tile first. But how do I do C? C, without sculpting it, making it heavy. And I ran across this, and I'm gonna glue it onto a ceiling tile, see if it fits and looks good. But it's actually sea waves. So I thought, putting a ship on there, and we'll have to do the wake on the, which that shouldn't be a problem, but I think that'll look pretty darn slick with the, whatever, a ship or a sub or whatever I decide to do on there. But anyway, I think the ocean waves will work out just fine for the ceiling tile. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. Continuing on with the Type 94. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for next exciting episode.